Today we are talking about Sammamish, Washington.
And the reasons why it's the #1 small city in the US.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so Jason, we're at the town center.
And this is awesome. This was not here 10 years ago.
No, it wasn't. But say you had to move here. Now you're moving to Sammamish. Why would you move here? Why would your family want to move here?
Well, I'll even take it a step further. Why my clients move here is a whole different story. So my clients move here. I have one of my neighbors living in Kirkland decided to move up here to Sammamish for 2 reasons. You get more house for your dollar.
Yep.
So the house he bought was very nice, expensive. So it was about $3 million, and in Kirkland it would have been about $4 million. But secondly, it was all about the schools, right? The schools up in Sammamish are incredible. I know we said the same thing about Bellevue, and we've said the same thing about Kirkland.
Well, they're all very similar.
But Sammamish, it is, every single year, it's ranked the safest place to live in Washington and almost in the entire country.
Okay, so it's a good place to live.
Yeah.
You would live here then?
I absolutely would. I think the only downside people find about living here in Sammamish is the commute anywhere.
Yeah.
So my brother lived about maybe a quarter mile up the street here from the town center, and his whole goal, once he was here for about 10 years, was to reduce his commute, and so he just moved down off Sammamish. When I say down, there's really 2 ways in and out, and we'll go through all that stuff, is just to get a little bit closer. So the commute from here to Seattle could be 40 minutes if you're lucky, and into Bellevue it could be 20 to 30 minutes. So it's a little bit longer commute, but you get more house for your money. It's extremely safe, and it's a great place to raise a family.
Yeah, and I completely agree. I think that, you know, we have a few clients that have moved here and they don't leave. If they move, they upsize, but in Sammamish, they want to stay.
I mean, again, the only downside people find about living in Sammamish is the commute, because we can talk about jobs, and we've talked about jobs in almost all of our videos, but jobs here specifically are the jobs in all the other cities and towns. So people who live up in Sammamish don't typically, unless you're working in the town center here or at the golf courses, most people don't work in Sammamish. They work in Bellevue, Kirkland, Redmond, and obviously Seattle.
Yeah, so they could be working from home, because I have a client that worked for Netflix, and he worked from home, but he only wanted to buy in Sammamish. He didn't care about the commute. He just wanted more house for his money and just more privacy.
Yeah, and where did he move from?
LA.
So moved from LA, So there are so many people. So I've toured clients around Sammamish, and some people love it. They don't mind the commute. They love the value of how much home you get for the money. But there are some people I toured around here, moving here from Chicago, and they just felt it was a little too far out. But as you can see, with all this growth here, a lot of people don't care.
People are so nice here. I don't know what it is, but I was just talking to someone at Trader Joe's, and she just like offered me a piece of a candy bar, and I was like, God, that's so nice. Like, everybody's just so nice. No, it doesn't.
What is he talking about?
Well, you're not 29. In Sammamish, there are a ton of new construction developments. Our favorite builder in this area is Murray Franklin.
They're awesome.
You want to go there?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Jeez, what's wrong with my balance?
Okay, we're here. Jason, where are we?
Okay, we are in, again, one of our favorite builders is Murray Franklin, and we're in Kensington Enclave. So I've been up here so many times. So I had a client last year, they built one of these houses. So you partner with the builder, and you get to pick out all the finishes and all that kind of stuff before they start the build, and then you move in when it's ready. It's awesome. This is a great neighborhood. Let me ask you, so there's 42 houses in this neighborhood. They're all over 4,000 square feet, so they're massive. Big, huge houses. How much do you think an average house in this neighborhood is?
I would say 2.5.
2.5 today. What if it was at the top of the market a year ago?
3.7.
3.7, okay, so I think you're pretty close. So when they started selling these pre-COVID, the builder, Murray Franklin, great builder again, started selling these at 1.8 million. So seems like a good, and I know again, if you're watching this from around parts of the country, that might seem crazy to you, but because it's, we're tech focused in jobs here, and they're big houses, and it's in the #1 city, we have the safest city as we've been talking, they're very, very expensive. So they went from 1.8, and I have another friend of ours, an agent, Roy, who sold the house in here for 2. Then through COVID, they took off, right? So your number of 3.7 is right on. Some of these houses were selling for just under $3.7 million when the builder, Murray Franklin, who's awesome, again, was expecting 1.8 million. My clients luckily didn't buy at the top of the market. They still paid about 3 million. But this neighborhood, again, falls into the safest city in the state. and in a great new community where you're kind of with like-minded people, a lot of people with kids in the tech world. It is awesome. And as you kind of turn around here, Dorian, follow us a little bit.
And they have parks.
Yeah. Son, wait.
No, Dad. Okay, so if I wanted to live here,
yep.
Where would I do? What would I do for work?
Okay, so if you're living here, this is weird. So this is the father-son action.
You've never done this?
So so where most people live or work when they're around here is every other city around town. So most people don't work right in Sammamish unless you're working from home.
Yeah.
But again, I think we may have talked about this before. They're gonna work at Microsoft, Google, Meta, Facebook, Amazon, all the big tech companies or startups around town. But most people commute outside of here. So to get from here to Bellevue is about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna get from here to Seattle, it could take 40 minutes if there's no traffic. If there's traffic, it could be upwards of an hour.
Yeah, and this is a pretty diverse community, you'd say?
Yeah, I mean, I think like my clients who live like literally across the street here.
They do.
I think they're watching us out the window. Moved here, they have 2 young children and they wanted to be in one of the best school districts around here.
Welcome to the Kensington Enclave.
Let's go, son.
Car. Check both sides.
No, do you look both ways?
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, let's go. Chris, go.
Welcome to Kensington Enclave, home of Murray Franklin's most beautiful homes. You were an athlete when you were younger.
No.
Just pretend you were.
Yeah, okay, fake
So
athlete.
I want to see how far you can throw a rock. Like truly as far as you
Okay,
possibly
you know I'm
can.
47?
It's not an excuse.
And again, we talked about this. You were,
There's a lot of
you were
MLB
born when I
pitchers that are
graduated high school.
very old.
What month were you born?
December.
Okay, so you're born in, so I was still in high school. That's great, that's good to know.
Yeah, see?
How far? Do you think I could get to the yellow?
Not even close.
Could you?
Maybe.
That was far.
Can we get like a slow-mo?
Ow!
So I was gonna call out where that thing is
Okay.
in the middle. That's where I thought you were gonna throw it.
Okay, I did it.
I know.
I've got Chris's mic. Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh my God, that was so much further than me. Hey, I'm Chris Dalto, and I straighten my neck. Yeah, so the coolest thing about this park is it's massive.
It's
right?
huge.
And like Lake Sammamish here, we all know there's 2 major lakes in the area. You got Lake Washington and Lake Sammamish. Lake Sammamish, obviously, is where Sammamish, the city of Sammamish, gets its name.
Yep.
Lake Washington, where I went to high school, is named after, or Lake Washington High School is named after Lake Washington. Isn't that cool?
No way. I actually didn't know that. That's
What
funny.
did you think it was named
No, George Washington? No, I'm just kidding. So Lake Washington borders Seattle, Bellevue, Kirkland, Renton, Kenmore.
So many people want to live on the lake, right? But obviously there's only so much waterfront property, and living on Lake Washington is so much more expensive. Like, what's the least expensive home you've seen on Lake Washington?
3.5, but I was a teardown.
Yeah, so 3.5 million is a teardown.
And not the best area.
Right. So, and here, if you're on this side, so the Sammamish side, you can buy waterfront for 5 million or so. And I know it's really expensive, but you could be on the lake in one of the best
Dialed
areas.
in house.
Or on the left side, you got Bellevue or Redmond.
Yeah, they're both great.
Yeah, they're both incredible.
It's a little bit of a quieter lake, which I like.
Yeah. And so people say, like, living in Sammamish, like, what is there to do, really? And I'd say, similar to Kirkland, a lot of it is parks, like we're at Lake Sammamish State Park.
The
again.
waterfront.
The waterfront. I mean, look at this. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about Sammamish, Washington.
And if you want to know a little bit more, or if you want to tour any houses, we would love to be your agents of choice, and we'll see you at the next one.
Take care.